For the longest time, art was one thing, realistic paintings of people and places. Pretty boring, right? This changed a bit in the 1800s when Impressionism took off. Impressionism was different because the paintings didn't look like a photograph. They were based off of real life, but they were also meant to give the audience an emotional reaction by using color and texture and stuff. Fast forward a bit to the early 20th century. World War I. Millions of people died in this horrible war, and younger people were questioning the political and cultural views of society, which they believe caused the war. Enter the first huge challenge to the traditional art scene, Dadaism. Dada is a nonsensical word for a nonsensical movement. Anything goes in Dadaism as long as you're not doing something traditional. It didn't even have to be something coherent. Like some Dadaist poets literally just threw a bunch of words cut out of a magazine onto the ground, looked at where they landed, and called it a poem. The only problem with this movement was that it was very disorganized. So, in the 1920s, the Dadaist artists regrouped and created a new movement. Surrealism. Noun. Pure psychic automatism by means of which one intends to express, either verbally or in writing, or in any other manner, the actual functioning of thought. Dictated by thought, in the absence of any control exercised by reason, free of any aesthetic or moral control. Surrealism was like Dadaism because it was an art movement intended to challenge everything that art used to stand for. However, Surrealism had more clear inspirations and goals. Surrealism was largely influenced by Dr. Sigmund Freud's theories of the subconscious mind. To sum up Freud's theories, the conscious mind is what you are aware of thinking, the surface level of thought. My dog is so cool. The subconscious is what you don't know you are thinking about, such as suppressed or hidden desires or fears. My dog actually kind of scares me when he jumps on me, but I didn't realize it until I had a freaky dream about dogs. Freud developed a couple of methods to try to understand the subconscious mind. Dream interpretation, where you try to find what someone is really thinking about something by analyzing their dreams, and free association, where you say a word and have a person say the first thing that comes to their mind. Surrealist artists came up with painting techniques based on these exercises. Symbolism, based on dream interpretation, and automatism, based on free association. Surrealist artists often used symbols that were personal to them, such as Salvador Dali including grasshoppers in his paintings to represent fear, as he feared grasshoppers because of a childhood encounter with one. Automatism is based on free association because it allows the mind to freely wander from thought to thought. For example, Joan MIRO usually didn't know what he was going to paint until he was done painting it. He simply started painting random things, whatever came to his mind, on the canvas until he was satisfied. The second huge influence of Surrealism is the analysis of reality. While challenging and questioning traditional art, why not challenge and question everything? What is real? Is the tangible world more real, or the dream world? Maybe the dream world is more real because the dream world comes from actual human experiences, while the tangible world is just random chance. Surrealists love to blur the line between their art and reality. For example, the gate coming out of the frame of this painting makes the painting come into the real world. And in this painting, René Magritte analyzes the relationship between art and real objects. The caption of this painting translates as, "This is not a pipe." Your first reaction might be to say that it most certainly is a pipe, just look at it. But the image betrays you. It is just a painting of a pipe. You can't hold the pipe, so Magritte would have been lying if he captioned his painting, "This is a pipe," right? Surrealists recognized and tried to bring out the confusion that comes with reality. Sometimes artists created confusion through illusion. This painting is two things at once. Up close, it's a painting of a woman named Gala looking at the Mediterranean, but it is also a very low-resolution picture of Abraham Lincoln. Reality changes before your eyes within the very same picture. Another way that artists could blur the line between art and reality was by making 3D sculptures. This lobster telephone couldn't possibly be a real object, but there it is. You can't touch Magritte's pipe, but you can touch this lobster telephone. Even though the lobster telephone seems like the one you shouldn't be able to touch, because why the heck would there be a lobster on a telephone? wasn't just paintings. Surrealism was, and is, expressed through many different media, including writing, music, which has been playing in the background, and even film. Like many surrealist works, it was based on dreams that the creators had. This film doesn't really have a plot, just like dreams don't usually have a coherent plot. It's just a bunch of loosely related scenes, kind of like free association. The film was surprisingly well received by the public. I guess people just wanted to see something new and radical. Surrealism isn't just weird stuff on a canvas. I mean, it is that, but there's a reason for it. It's not pointless. That's why I think surrealism is so cool. Before surrealism, artists didn't really express themselves, but by looking at a surrealist artwork, you can see inside the mind of the artist. Or you can look at a surrealist artwork and analyze its meaning and implications for hours. Is this a pipe?